Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Denver Broncos. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on now, let's go. Sunday. That's it.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
50 to Mike. 2-jet.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Trey 15.
Working from the gun. Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Crawford. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. They do go for it. It's Wentz. Looking left side, and he's got him in. It's Crawford. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Fournette, a first down carry. That good for 19 and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go. Man 5-7.
On second down, here's Fournette. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Back-to-back one-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing now is Wentz. Dumps it off to Fournette. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
76. 2 for 1.
Now Goff on 1st down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A handoff to Fournette. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing his Wentz. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Here's a give to Fournette. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Now Leonard Fournette. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game and you look at the backgrounds of these kickers? It's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Goff. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. Call it a pickup of 7, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Back to throw, Goff. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this. They're going to go for it. It's Goff. Being chased out left. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. Now a 1st down throw. Gone. And he rifles one incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
DC. Maverick. Cut. Like 20. Go, slow, go. Yes, sir. Tiger. Cut.
To throw is gone. He's got his man on the crossing route. Touchdown, LA! A big play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from moving out in front. Zerline connects on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. They're kind of searching for that magic elixir. You know, they're moving the football a little bit, but not with any great consistency.
I love that term you just used, elixir, right?
Old school.
Old school. I love that. Because you don't want to put too much pressure on your defense as well. All right, if you're kicking field goals, that's great. But your defense has to keep going out there and holding the other team. You're not giving them any cushion to work with, and that gets tougher and tougher as the game goes along. Put the ball in the end zone and get 6s. That's the ambrosia that they're looking for.
Ambrosia and trying to erase this deficit.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive line.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now they try the right side here. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Hey, lift! 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 Lift!
Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle to Smith. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
11. 11. 4 down.
Goff on third down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Hey, 76. 76. 76.
From the gun, here's Gone. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Listen.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Josh Hawkins with a pick. And some room to run now. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And McManus able to put it through. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now gone. And down he'll go at the 25. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
They'll fake the handoff. Now gone. Ebron caught left side. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Second and 10. Goff again. Smith catches left side. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
DC.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start by running the option to the right. And now running right through it. Fournette fighting through. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Come on now, let's go.
it again with Fournette. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives have bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Reuben Foster picks it, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Crawford. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. Wentz now on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Goff. Airing it out deep for Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. This is Fournette, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
to maneuver at the 40. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
On the run, it's Fournette. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Come on now, Ike. Come on now. Let's go. Great, great. Black, come on.
Now wins. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 13 yards there, offset some of the penalty yardage as it's second down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Wentz now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Now Fournette. Fights through and now a crease. And down inside the 10 at the 9. A big run by the big man Fournette. 49 yards on the ground.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on third and goal. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Here's Fournette. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 7, but still well short here with 4th and goal looming. play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And McManus able to put it through. And that now makes this a 15-7 game. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger.